Hi everybody, Grandad here. And where are we today? Well, today we're investigating the Chirk Tunnel. Sam's along with us, so we're going to have a jolly good time walking along the tunnel. Now here's the tunnel entrance and there's a boat coming through, which is rather good. Now this is the Chirk Tunnel and there's a sign here tells you all about it. So that should be able to give you the portal north, tunnel length 421 meters, method of working, one-way
really
traffic,
long.
maximum craft size, approximate tunnel 9 minutes to go through the tunnel. So let's have a little look at this boat coming along, little children on the boat, and this is the entrance to the Chirk Tunnel. Now it's quite a long tunnel. Well done. They're all coming through the tunnel, so we'll head off. We got our torches, yeah. So let's go.
Let's go into the dark.
Go into the dark of the tunnel.
I go first. You're going after me.
Yeah, but I know you've got to light the way, though. I was hoping you'd go on ahead to light the way. Won't be able to see you. All you'll be able to see is the light that's lighting the tunnel.
Let's go. I get wet feet, you're in trouble. Grandad is. Because it was Grandad's idea. This was my chance.
Right, put your lights on, let's go. Into the tunnel we go.
Am I going first, Sammy? We can already see the end.
Well, we can just about see the other end.
Yeah.
But the lights aren't having a great deal of effect. Perhaps when the lights aren't shining up too good. You can only just about see. I think the further you are away from me, the better it is. There's a good echo in here. Echo, 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 echo. Yahoo! Yahoo! I think this tunnel is part of the Shropshire Union Canal, although it does go to probably Llangollen and Ellesmere as well, where we've been. And it's quite a long tunnel, and they must have thought it was quite important to get the tunnel through over this lump of land, because the canal was dropping down so bad on the other side, so they thought they needed to tunnel through. Now it must have been a lot of work, because they didn't have very good tools, didn't have diggers or anything. They just had to do it by hand, picks and shovels, and maybe they blasted their way through with black powder and dynamite and stuff. And so it was quite a risky business building a tunnel back in the day, and it's all brick lined. I can see the bricks, but I don't know how well they show up on the camera. But it's not giving us a great deal of light to see the tunnel. Keep going. Keep going. And can't see any more boats coming through. They have to go through one at a time. I don't quite know how they communicate between one end of the tunnel and the other to know when a boat's coming through. Presumably they just put the light on, and then if you see a light coming, they think there's a boat. So they might be sitting at the other end of the tunnel waiting for us to come through, thinking we're a boat. I don't know. But Sam's with us and he's got a torch. Marg's holding the other light, and we're heading through. It isn't as wet as I thought it was going to be, because usually it's dripping with water along here, but it has been quite dry, so there's not much water coming through the walls going down into the canal. So the towpath is reasonably 275. I don't quite know what that means. It's lit up on the wall there. It says 275. But I don't know whether that means that's how far through we are. I don't know. Perhaps they measured it and wrote it on the wall. I don't know. You can definitely see the other end of the tunnel. Yeah, they must have tunnelled and then I don't know how they got the soil out, whether they had railway lines or something in there before they had the water.
It looks like there's some puddles up ahead.
Yeah, there could be a little bit of water. I don't know. The trouble with the tunnel, especially if it's dark, you can't see a lot. There's not a lot to comment on, but there's handrail all the way along, so hopefully it won't fall in. Here's something dribbling.
It's starting to get wet now, and there's puddles right in front of you. Puddles and
Okay.
loads of little tiny ones in the everywhere. Can you get closer? I can't see.
Keep going. They won't be very deep because it runs into the, when it gets any water on it, it runs into the canal.
There's arrows there.
Arrows on the wall. Don't quite know what those mean. See the water flowing through, and we can see the back where we've come along the tunnel. We're probably about halfway now, I think. Perhaps a little over halfway.
Then arrows would have to say that the boats can go either way.
So it's quite a distance they dug through this mountain of high ground so that they could run the water level through, so they wouldn't need locks along the water to raise up the boats. I can see people walking at the other end, so I don't think there's a boat waiting to come through. I hope not, because you might think, seeing the light, that we're a boat coming through. We're walking at about the same speed as a boat, because they only do about 4 miles an hour, so they don't go very fast. So I hope when we get to the other end there's not a boat waiting. Looks like some people coming through from the other end, walking as well.
There's a cafe near here called Cafe Wilfer, remember it?
Yes, darling.
Can we go there to have our lunch?
Well, you've got a picnic, darling.
I know, you can have something so I can have lunch.
Well, I thought we'd sit on the canal side and have your picnic.
We could do.
And just have a Kit Kat or something.
Not terribly hungry.
No, I'll probably lunch when we get home.
Oh look,
What? 100 metres.
100 metres to go. It's the 100-metre mark. It's telling us we're nearly there.
Right, I've got to stand to the side now, Tommy.
Got some people coming through. Let them go by.
It's not food in here.
Yes, I think there is something cooking. It's
You smell the Cadbury
it's just
factory.
chocolate. The Cadbury's factory up there.
75, Brenda.
75 metres.
Yeah. Just stand aside again.
More people coming through. We'll just wait. Let them by. And on we go again. Not far to go now. We're able to pass those people on the towpath very carefully. Getting near the end now. We'll be coming out.
50 probably is. Yeah, it might take 25 in a minute and then we're there.
There was a 50 there living outside.
No, it's just a bit of graffiti, I think. Oh no, it's water running down, I think.
I think that's it. I think it goes to
Oh, what's happening? It's on me. It just escaped it.
yes.
You still need this, don't you?
No, I don't think
Right, we've reached the other end of the tunnel. There's a little little turning point and parking point for people. And then we've got the aqueduct. So we're coming up to the aqueduct, which is a little bit different to the one we saw the other day, because this has got a wider piece on the other side. This is the south tunnel, the south portal, one-way traffic, pretty similar to the other sign we saw. Now, the difference about this one is there's two bridges here. One takes the canal and the other one takes the railway. It's quite interesting, and very often there's boats parked here, either waiting to go through the tunnel or people selling ice creams or things like that, which we've seen in the past.
so. We're finally out of the.
Are we walking along the tunnel, or are we going? Which way are we going? Are we not following the tunnel? Are we going over the bridge, or are you going to go back into Chirk to catch the bus back? Or have our picnic? We're going over the aqueduct again, okay. Now there's another notice board coming up.
Granddad.
Yeah?
Last time me and Dad came here, I did a video of this as well.
Did you?
And I ended it right here.
Oh, I see.
There, but
Well, it says, welcome to the Chirk Aqueduct. Now then, be interesting to see just how well
there's a castle
this
over
shows
there
up.
on the other side of the board.
This is Thomas Telford's aqueduct as well.
Castle.
And of course, it tells you all about the railway
On
going
this
over.
side. This side.
Now it's written in Welsh as well as in English. So there's pictures of the aqueduct. And then this bit tells you all about Chirk's rich heritage, it says. So it's got all about Chirk Castle, medieval stronghold. Tells you a little bit about Chirk today, about the A5 going over it, and a little bit about British waterways. And there's a map which shows you roughly where we are, and of course it's all repeated in Welsh, which I can't read unfortunately. So that's how that goes. Now we'll go on again. Now that starts the railway bridge, which goes over the over the ravine as well.
Yeah.
And when we came on the bus, we passed by this aqueduct, and there's a pub there called the Bridge,
The bridge.
because this is where the bridge is. Now it's a very tall bridge. Let me see how many it's got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 or 8 arches.
Yeah.
And there's a boat coming along, so they'll be going off through the tunnel soon.
And we might be able to go underneath the bridge on that point where you go and down them steps.
I don't think this is the same one, Sammy. I don't think you can go down underneath this bridge. I mean, you can go down under it, but it's not a pathway like we had before going up and down. It's slightly different. This is the railway bridge going over the top, and the canal bridge or the aqueduct, coming along this side. It was quite interesting. And the open fields across there, so we're quite a way up, and that's why they had to tunnel through. Otherwise they'd have had to have lock gates to take the boat up and down. Everybody going along, having a jolly good time. So this one's the Chirk Aqueduct. And the Chirk Tunnel.
What? What'd you say?
So we'll just walk over here, take a look at the Chirk Aqueduct. People down in the fields on the other side. Now, this is quite a long aqueduct. It's a little bit further down from the Preseli Aqueduct that we were on the other day, which is quite interesting, and a lovely canal walk. And yes, yes, there's a river down there. It's the fields all below, sheep on the side of the canal. And
Guys,
yeah,
I got a question of the day for you.
oh,
What do you think is the thing that mostly drops down there?
okay, I don't know, what is it? I give up. I think it's water. No, it isn't. Oh well, question of the day. Well, that's a new thing.
Just ask me it in the comments.
No, I will. Let's hope they do comment. Right, we're getting to the other side of the aqueduct. Quite busy today. Walking. Us. There seems to be quite a lot of people about. I've been here in the past and there's been absolutely nobody. Now we're crossing over, and now we're now in England.
To come along when you're on this bridge is bikes,
You don't want a bike to come along. No, that's a bit dangerous.
and there's 2 bikes coming up.
Oh, 2 bikes coming up behind us.
Yeah.
Oh well, we better let them through. Well, now we're in England. We crossed over the bridge, and been quite a long video. So I think what we'll have to do now is just look back across the bridge, take a view of the Chirk Bridge and Aqueduct, the railway bridge and aqueduct.
Yeah.
And just remains for Sam and me to say to everybody, hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, like and subscribe.
Yep.
Until next time, bye bye now.
Bye.
Bye bye now.